Hey, what's going on, folks? It's that time again. You know, it's Monday. If you haven't caught on yet, every Monday and Thursday, bringing the daily jewels or the event, you know, just a different huge topic of things every Monday and Thursday. But anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna move in a chronological order according to the website with the daily jewels. I'm bouncing around. I definitely do want to give thanks. A lot of your comments, a lot of the feedback I've been getting is actually helping me gauge which daily jewel comes next. So this time around, we're actually going to jump back 20 daily jewels, and we're going to go to daily jewel number 56. It's potential. This one actually derived from this morning, waking up, updating my website, things of that nature, answering emails. And I was just scrolling my my personal Instagram, my personal timeline, and just ran across a few things. Wasn't terrible, wasn't a disappointment, but just again reminded me of the need to maximize our potential. And that's also something I push daily on my Instagram, is maximizing our potential. You know, and I let people know all the time, maximize it, or the movers and shakers of this world will for you. There are people in places that are seeking and looking for people who don't have direction, who may be lost, who may not know what they want to do with their lives. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. All of us don't blossom at the same time. We don't get those brilliant ideas. Some of us may not ever get them. But there are people out there looking for those type of people. They'll employ them. They'll put them on their team. You know, they'll find an array of things for them to do. And I'm not saying anybody that works is lost or anything of that nature. I come from a blue collar family and background myself before I lost my dream job. We'll get into that one on another daily jewel. But anyway, like I said, daily jewel number 56 is all about potential. And one of the biggest things I recognize within my generation, my people, my era, ones before me, ones after me, is the value and worth we put into material things and the potential we put into material things. Not even just material, celebrities, ball players, things of that nature, but the lack thereof within ourselves. Prime example, and I don't know why, but potential just came to me this morning. But anyway, money. I've yet to see any of us cut one corner of $100 bill and say, you know what, I only want 75 of this 100. This other 25, I'm gonna chop it off, let it fall somewhere, and let it go to waste. Alcohol. I have yet to see a peer of mine, I don't drink myself, but I've yet to see any of my peers buy a $50 bottle, $30 bottle, and only want $10 worth of the liquor out of it. I've never seen them say, you know what, I'm gonna take $10 worth of shots, the rest of this I'm trashing, the rest of this I'm wasting, the rest I'm gonna let wither away. And I'm never judging. And like I say all the time, I'm a man of the people. I come in contact with a large array of people. To the people that indulge with marijuana or weed, however you want to put it, I have yet to see anyone that spends X amount of dollars on marijuana, takes 2 pulls, and then tells themselves, you know what, I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna let it wither away, I'm gonna let it waste away, I'm gonna let it ruin itself. I'm gonna let the elements of outside, or the elements of my house, ruin this blunt. Or I'm going to just, you know, I only want 2 puffs, 2 hits, and then I'm gonna pass it on and just lose it and just let it deteriorate. No, I've yet to see that. But what I see constantly within, again, my generation, my people, my era, is that we do this to ourselves. We have no value on ourselves. We have no value on our potential. We don't tap into that. We're not worried about all we could be. We're not worried about maxing out everything we got inside of us. But let it come to a $300 pair of Jordans. I mean, I hear people all the time, $350 for a Yeezy? It better make me fly. It better make me run faster. It better make me jump higher. We're priceless. There's no price you can put on life. There's no price you can put on motor skills. There's no price you can put on the 5 senses. There's no price you can put on being able to read, being able to write, being able to jump, being able to have a voice, being able to make it go loud, make it go low. There's no price you can put on any of these things. So when do you sit down as an individual and max yourself out? When do you not go home? When do you not lay down until you know you've given everything you got? because you won't put that bottle down until you drinking every drop that you feel like it's worth, because you paid for it. I've seen people burn their thumbs and fingertips smoking roaches, and they will not put it down. They will smoke it to the very last ounce because they want to get what they paid for. When do you, you know, if you want to take away Max and you smoke, when do you smoke yourself out? When do you burn yourself out? When do you lay down and you know what, I gave it all? You know, and it's no different from when the greatest basketball player in the world, LeBron James, is on the podium and he says things like during the playoffs, you know, when we go out there on the court, we leave everything on the court. We max out. We go out there and we leave everything. If I can walk, if my legs work, if my feet work, if my hands work, I'm going to stay on that court and I'm going to give it my all. And my question is to ourselves, our individuals in life, when do we max it out so we can see our full potential? You know, it's, in my opinion, always, it's too many of us that have settled and we're confined to things that we're not happy with. We didn't seek our gifts and talents. A lot of us are born with gifts and talents, or we stumble upon them somewhere in adulthood. We never I'm sorry, not never, because there are people who do it. But a lot of us don't maximize those things. We don't push them. We don't just push our bodies and our minds, you know, and growth to see what we really can be, what we really can get out of this thing called life. And like I was saying, it's a marathon. Like, you know, you have no business laying down. Your legs hurt, well, walk. Walking not working, will crawl. But every time you get a headache, you can't quit. You're never gonna see your potential. Every time ladies, when it's that time of the month, you're cramping, you can't quit. You're never going to see your potential. To my man, when your feet are hurting, your hands are hurting, your legs are hurting, you know, you tired of working on that jumper, you tired of reading that book, you are never going to see your potential should you keep quitting. And I really feel like our generation, our people, our era could be a lot more productive, a lot more powerful should we really seek potential. Stop seeking nonsense and stupid things like the dollar. I'm here to tell you it's an illusion. I've run through hundreds of thousands of them. And like I said on the last Daily Jewel, they added nothing to my life but bills and false perceptions and more materials. That's all they're good for. I can go buy another Benz. I can move into another house. I keep my daughter in Michael Kors. There are things like integrity, respect, legacies, foundations that are far more important than a man-made piece of paper. That we gauge our success and we gauge the things, how great we are by the dollar. Potential, things of that nature, they come from here. They're manifested here, and they come from here as well. But again, like I said, I mean, you know, prime example, me, myself. When shoes come out and I think about buying them for my son or my daughter, I have to take into account that they're rough on shoes. Well, my daughter doesn't like shoes. She wears Michael Kors sandals and flip-flops all the time. She's not a big shoe person. My son loves them. But anyway, I have to take into account the dollar amount that I'm going to spend on this shoe and the person that I'm handing it to, and that he very well may destroy it the first day he gets it. So you say to yourself, pretty much again, it's a value thing on materials and it's a value thing on self. So you sit back and you go, you know what, for X amount of dollars, he better wear it at least 10 times, and he better do this with it, and he better do that with it. Fine and dandy. You hung up on materials, you feel like you better get this and this out of that because you spent X amount of money. That is awesome. But I feel like God gave you a brain. God gave you the ability to read. He gave you motor skills. He gave you senses. So when do you sit down and look yourself in the mirror? When do you question the value of yourself and you say, you know what, self, by the time you 30, I better get this, and that out of you. I better get this amount of accolades. I better accomplish this amount of goals by the time I'm 30, because you got a full-blown life. And really, that's what I'm saying. Again, us as a people, we put so much value on cars. And me, myself, I've dealt with them firsthand. Toyotas are awesome cars. I feel like Mercedes are awesome cars. We put this sticker on it. We have this ideal in our minds, and we go, you know what? Well, you know what? I put 4 Giottos on the truck, so I better get this many spins out the truck. Awesome. You feed yourself every day, right? You got books. You may not read them, but you got things to largen your brain, right? When do you give that must-have solution to yourself? When you say, you know what, self, you better get this much out of life, because God gave you a brain, and God gave you this and God gave you that. And a great comparison that I always think of, because I'm not now, but when I was in the television, I used to watch Discovery Channel a lot. It still bewilders me how a pack of 8 hyenas can get together, put their brains together, and become a cohesive unit to go in the jungle and attack other animals such as lions or tigers or buffalo or zebras. You know what? Whatever they go after, they can put 8 animal minds together, make a cohesive unit, and get things done. We just so happen to be at the top of the food chain. Sorry, not the food chain, the animal kingdom. Following my words already. Not only can we think, we could read, we could write, we could drive cars, we could jump, we could swim, we could do sign language, millions of things we can do with the human body. But far too many of us are either dying with nothing, we're dying with an insurance policy, some nice pictures, and funeral debt. That's it. There's no reason why a pack of animals or a pack of dogs or a pack of cats, even rats, you know, the lowest of the totem pole, the things that eat trash, raccoons, how can they successfully survive all these years, you know, get fat and big, reproduce and make productive children and make packs, and us as a people can do nothing more but stay stagnant, stay still, do the same things, you know, just live in that repetitive cycle, you know, just work, eat, turn up, work, eat, turn up, vacation twice a year, get your nice house when you're 30, get a white gate, get a nice car, retire 65, travel for 2 years, pass on, leave some debt, insurance policy, and some nice pictures to your kids. We gotta maximize our potential. There's far much more to life than, you know, paying bills, participating in the turn up, trading time for money, making babies. I love it. I feel like my children are beautiful. They mean the world to me, but it's more to life than just making pretty babies and dying off one day. We need to seek more important things like legacies, foundations. I know me myself, one of the biggest things I would love is for a college course to be taught after me once I decide to walk away from the things I walk away from. That's a goal for myself. That's maximizing my potential to me. And again, potential is all about opinion. You may feel like, you know, getting that White House at 30 and that nice car and that white gate is maximizing yours. Is awesome. My thing is just whatever you see, whatever makes you happy, whatever you feel like you really should be doing. I'm really not about people that follow or people that are just doing. I'm about people that are happy. That's the biggest thing with me. And that's another disclaimer I want to throw out there. I get a lot of people that think I'm knocking jobs. Never that. I'm knocking people who aren't happy doing what they're doing, or who know they have hidden talents and hidden gifts but don't maximize them, so they end up just dying a number rather than being something great. We all know somebody in the family or at the job or at the Walmart that can sing. I know in my city alone, and I travel to New York often, there are many homeless people that can sing. They can play instruments. They make street instruments. We all know the dude in the neighborhood that could dunk, and he was only 5'7". You know, but he made other choices. He made bad decisions on his rise to adulthood that put him where he is, or he just didn't see the potential. So somebody threw him a job with a salary and some benefits, and he laid down. And that's all I'm saying, people. You want the most out your Nikes. You spend $300 on your phones, you want the most out of it. You spend $100,000 on your Benz, you want the most out of it. You spend, I really know a lot about drugs, but you spend X amount of dollars on drugs, you want the most out of it. You are going to burn your fingertips to finish off that roach. When are you going to burn yourself out to finish off what's left in you? That's all I'm saying. Like I said, it's Day to June 56 is about potential. Again, if you're already on the marathon, you're already on the path, I salute you. You know, pull more people to the side and get them with you. But for those of you who don't understand or who may not see the potential, or may believe that it's just not possible, it is very possible. Bill Gates, he puts a left leg in and a right leg in, just like you do when you put your pants on. If you cut him, he'd bleed blood. It wouldn't be green. He's not an alien. At birth, God didn't touch down and tell him he's the one. At least I don't believe so. It's not in any of his books. But nevertheless, y'all, it's all about potential. You want to max out your materials. You want to max out your cars. You want to max out everything. It's time to max out yourself. You should not be laying down if you know you haven't given it your all. When you lay down, you know what? Like, no roof staring, no none of that, no phone. You should be going straight to sleep, because your brain and your body is that exhausted because you've been giving it your all on a consistent basis. Like I said, y'all, Daily Jude 56, it's all about potential. You got to see what's best in you. Like I said, we all got gifts, we all got talents, and we all got something that I love the best, the gift of discernment. Figure it out, see it for what it is, see what you really can be, and go attack it. Don't lay down. We got to stop settling. Too many of our ball players out here selling drugs, or they out here catching buggies at Walmart, or they out here doing time. Our doctors, our lawyers, our musicians, our surgeons. Not even just that, you know, entrepreneurs, our authors, our retailers, our innovators, our creators. We're too busy. We're too busy idolizing the people on television rather than putting the proper time and the proper thoughts and vision into ourselves. Should you catch that same vision that you're watching the Diddy's and all them have, you'd probably be in a different place. But again, y'all, I'm gonna catch y'all Thursday. Daily Jude 56, it's all about potential. See y'all next time.